What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome to Draft to Glory episode 11. In the last 5 episodes we've got to the final 5 times, I think, winning 4 of those and losing 1. Maybe it's the last 4 episodes we got to the final 4 times, winning 3 and losing 1. I can't remember. Anyway, I've sold everything in the club except what you see on the trade pile right now. There's a few things on the trade pile that I'm trying to get rid of. They should hopefully sell for pretty much max price, which is going to put us up to somewhere around 315 to 320,000 coins, which is pretty damn good, considering we've only played 35 games and we started with absolutely nothing. Now, before we get into this video, if you could drop a thumbs up, it would be much appreciated. Let's try and get Draft to Glory over 10,000 likes. That would be much appreciated. And since episode 10, when I asked about what I should do with the packs, the video hasn't gone live on YouTube yet as per recording this, so I don't know what your answers were. So at the end of this episode, depending on whether or not we win it, I might save the 50k or 100k pack if, of course, we get one. I've been a bit, I don't know, I've been a bit lucky, I think. Oh, nice Captinos. I kind of want to go with that Suarez. 91 rated Suarez, 90 shooting, 83 pace, 90 dribbling. I think it'd be a good way to kind of kick things off, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with Suarez. But yeah, I think the fact I've got to the final 4 or 5 times in a row, I feel like I'm going to get shat on eventually. So I feel like a loss could be coming for Team Sweat. No one there helps us. I could go with Balassi for the 5-star skills. Could go with Felipe Anderson, Brazilian, just in case we get Brazilian links there. However, I kind of want the Barca links, really. We go Vea there. Let's get a Barcelona centre mid. Let's get an Iniesta. Oh my God. Iniesta is there, and we are going to take him. But informed De Bruyne and informed Parejo are also there. Marquisio as well, and Cesc Fabregas. But we're going to have to take Iniesta. Now, normally I would shy away from Iniesta, but after the goal he scored against Real Madrid last night, which will obviously not be last night by the time you're watching this, he deserves a spot in the team. He just absolutely deserves to be in there. He played fantastic, and we are getting some great players here. We get Informed Ginter, not interested. Lichtsteiner's got a good card, not really interested. We're going to go with Carvajal over Danilo. Not only has he got better defending and physical, and better dribbling, I know he's got worse passing, but he links better with Iniesta than Carvajal would have done because of that Spanish link. So hopefully we can get like a Ramos or a PK or something in never mind. We're gonna go with, is there a Syria defender? No. Is there there's just nothing here. There's just nothing here that helps. We'll go with Nastasic, and just hope to the gods that we get someone that can actually help us out there. We get Howardez. That actually works, the Schalke pairing. The right back gets perfect chem anyway. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Perrine doesn't help. See, we could go Bonucci and maybe go Syria down that left-hand side to link with Felipe Anderson. But I'm probably going to go with the La Liga team. Now, I know I actually read the comments of the episode 9 video, and people said stop doing La Liga teams. This is about winning. Do you know what I mean? I've got to pick the best players that are offered to me. There's no point picking players that aren't as good as what I'm offered just for the sake of getting diversity in the team. Ultimately, every team I've built, although it may be heavily La Liga driven, every team has been massively different to each other. And sometimes I've even got like really, really bad teams and I've still done well with them. So I'm quite happy with continuing on with the La Liga trend. I like that. Now I'm thinking I should have gone with that Syria centre back. We get Tremulinas, Azpilicueta, Sidibe, Kazawa in form. These guys don't link with anyone. What have I got? I've got a German. I've got a Nigerian. I've got nothing out here that works with it. So we're going to go with Tremulinas just for hopefully to get that La Liga defenders on midfielders. We've got Iborra in there from the BBVA who will get in there. Links, of course, with Iniesta as well. And then last but not least, we go for the goalkeeper. And we will... Wow. I'm going to take Farman. It makes sense to take Farman just in case... Because, like, if I can get a good centre mid and left back, or a good centre mid even from La Liga, that's only the left wing then that's not on the perfect chem. So we're going to take that informed Farman, give the defence perfect chem, the 10 for the goalkeeper, 10 for the 2 centre backs. Love that. we're just getting informs. And now we'll take Khomeini, so that if we do go BBVA, we've got a goalkeeper to fit in there through the defence. We get oh my god! Look at the players this is giving me. We get Mascherano, Marcelo, Manolas, Vincent Kompany. So Vincent Kompany I'm not going to go for. Korb I'm not going to go for. Manolas is interesting because I didn't take a left back, did I? I want to see. I kind of want to go Marcelo. I'm tempted to go Marcelo and play him off Chem if we can get another BBVA defender. I could go with Mascherano. I just don't really like short defenders. 5'9", not interested in. Marcelo also 5'9". That doesn't make any sense, does it? 7 Chem Marcelo, I think would be better than 10 Chem Mascherano. That's what I'm going to go with, and that's what we do go with. And we get another defender in there. We get Rami or Koke. Rami's got to be the one because of the centre-back pairing. He also gets, obviously, that solid link with Tremoulinas. And now we can link up these boys here. We can get HowardDez out of there. We can put the goalkeeper in. So we're already at 100 Chem, and that's exactly what I was saying to you guys about how this team will work. It's pretty damn decent. Okay, Marcelo's on 6 Chem, could potentially get him to 7 Chem. But now we've only got Suarez, Marcelo, and Onazi there, who's got a decent enough card, who's on 7 Chem. And we can definitely improve that team throughout the rest of the picks that we've got. Hopefully we'll pull, like, you know, cheeky Ronaldo, something like that. Lazaro I'm not interested in. We'll go with Redmond. Nice bit of pace to put on the bench, although we'll probably fill up the bench with other players. This is not a nice... EA are screwing me a little bit here. They're giving me two bad subs in a row. Right, what have we got from here? So we've got Kondreva, doesn't really work for us. Falcao and Diego Costa definitely don't work for us. Cavani and Mandzukic don't work for us. So it's about who do we want to put on the bench? And the answer is quite simply Kondreva. He's got the better card out of all of those that's offered to us for a super sub. We get Alcacer there, Dirk Kuyt, Mkhitaryan, Lucas and Wanyama. I'm actually inclined to go with Alcacer. He's got really good finishing. Wanyama just doesn't fit anyway. Lucas would be better for the bench, even better than Mkhitaryan. We'll go Lucas. We'll go Lucas. I need, out of these last 5 players, I could really use a La Liga CM and a La Liga left wing, or a Serie A left back specifically. Ever would work. We get a purple card in there, our first purple card, I think ever? No, I think we've got Aguero maybe before. This just doesn't work for us. None of this works for us. So again, it comes down to who do we want to put in on the bench, and it will be Ashley Young. Ashley Young's actually really decent in this game. We get Perisic in form, Adriano, Pedro, Willems. Again, it's just not really, it's just not working out for us right now. We're not getting everything that we would like to have got. We'll go with Perisic there for the reserve spot, and hope we're going to get something decent. So we get ourselves Ibarbo, Kuyt again. What are they trying to do? They're forcing Dirk Kuyt on me. We get Arbeloa as well. I'm not interested in Arbeloa. We'll go with Mukanjo. You know, really heavy pace and then crazy good shooting and dribbling for a 78 rated striker who could go on the bench. 2 spots left now, and we're looking at Carrasco, Charles, Slimani. I bet I've missed like a La Liga midfielder, haven't I? See, I'm going to take Carrasco here, even if it means playing him at left wing and dropping Chem from someone else, just to try and get the best out of that. We could really use, we could have really used a BBVA midfielder, and we got him. I think that's it. I think that is it. It's not going to be the perfect Chem, and he's not the best player, Asensio. 3-star, 3-star, nice passing, nice dribbling, really lacking in the rest of the stats, but we could definitely take him off as a sub, and then I'm going to put Carrasco at right mid because he'll still get the perfect Chem, and Vea because he's right wing on left wing will still get good Chem. So the only downsides we've got is Carrasco can get 10 Chem if we get a La Liga manager. Vea can go up to 7 Chem. Marcelo can go up to 7 Chem. What happens if I put him in there? Makes no difference. How tall is Tremoulinas? 5'8". Definitely not Tremoulinas going to be my centre back. We're going to put Perisic on the bench instead of. Wow, we've actually got a really strong bench. We're going to put Mukanjo on there as well instead of Nastasic. HowardDez will stay on in case I need some defensive help going forwards. I don't know if I'll rather Onazi and Felipe Anderson to actually stay there. It's tough, isn't it? Because this way Suarez gets the perfect Chem, and I think that's more important to me, having Suarez up there. So hopefully we can get ourselves a La Liga manager. You don't get La Liga manager often. See, and again, we didn't get it. We need to improve Marcelo Carrasco, and Vea. So I need a Brazilian, a Belgian, or a Mexican manager. So we're going to go with the Brazilian manager just to give Marcelo that 7 chem boost. That puts us on to a 183 for the full team. Not bad at all. Could be worse, could be better. If I did manage to get myself like a Ronaldo or something out there for that left wing, would have been a hell of a lot better. But we've got some good players to bring on. Lucas, Kandreva, Callejon. Pedicic's card looks absolutely phenomenal. Howardez as a spare centre-back, Mukanjo and Farman. I don't need Farman on there. We're going to put Felipe Anderson on there instead. Bang. So there we go. That's our bench, guys. That's our team. Let's get into the gameplay. Okay, guys, so into the gameplay we go, and the first team I come up against has got a 5 at the back team, but he's got a really nice team with Messi, Suarez, and Neymar in up front, so a really good attack. Now, this game was super frustrating, a game that just, you know, he's got 5 at the back anyway. He was quite defensive the whole game, and pretty much just spam chip through balls, and it didn't take long. It did take long to get the breakthrough. I got a really lucky penalty there. I don't personally believe that it was a penalty. You know what penalties are like in this game. But what was most frustrating about this game and all the games you're going to see in today's video is I had problems with lag and problems with getting games. It took me about 20 minutes just to get the first game of constantly backing out and going back in, restarting FIFA, restarting my console. Eventually I got a game, and I did score the penalty with Suarez there that gave us the 1-0 lead and eventually the 1-0 victory in this first game. But yeah, it's one of those days where even when you get 3-bar connection when you match up with your opponent, it's still laggy, and that was frustrating. But we did manage to get the victory, as I said, 1-0, very boring game, very boring scoreline. Not too many chances were created because of how both teams were playing. It was quite an attacking game from me, but unable to penetrate. And into the second game we go, and yet again, just another one of those games that was just super laggy, even though it's a 3-bar connection. The guy actually has a really nice team with that purple Ibra and informed Royce up front, and it wasn't until the 25th minute, and you can see the lag on the screen here with the clips where it's coming through. It wasn't until the 25th or so minute that we got ourselves a corner. I had a few corners already before this, and he kept coming short, blocking the short corner, so I thought, let me try whipping this one into the box. Got the header on it with Carvajal, hit the bar, back off the bar, falls into Suarez's path, and Suarez pops it in the back of the net. And 10 minutes later, we get into the box again from a corner, but this time the game disconnects. So as I was saying, you know, the lag is a bit Blair. Carvajal gets in the box, I get super lucky, and looks like I'm going to win the ball back there and potentially have a shot on goal. But EA says not today. But that does mean that we go through with a 1-0 lead into the semi-final. We'll come up against another absolutely insane team. He's got Ronaldo, he's got Neymar, he's got Vea, he's got Inform Parejo, he's got Iniesta, he's got Rafael Varane and Musacchio in defence. And it was a really good defence. And this was one of those games for me where I was just dominant, man. I was just dominant. I thought I deserved a penalty there. The ref gave nothing. And as the clip plays out, I gave away possession really needlessly. First of all, I made a mistake here by coming up front with Rami. Gave the ball away. He gives the ball back needlessly to me. I give the ball straight back to him with Parejo. And then he bangs it down to Ronaldo. And as they say, the rest is history. Ronaldo here manages to get inside with the nice the turn. I think it's just called the turn, and for some reason I didn't think he was going to be able to score from this angle, so I was happy to let him keep running around the edge of the box and hopefully I will get a block in. But he puts in a really good shot and scores the goal that goes 1-0. Eventually though, I did manage to create my chances. We get in the box with Iniesta. I do get a penalty this time, and what happens from this penalty is outstanding. Not only do I fuck up the penalty, but I fuck up the penalty massively. He falls over and the ball goes over the bar. And at this point, 22 minutes in, this guy actually played really defensively here. I don't think he was on par of the bus, but I definitely think he was on ultra defensive, and he just played out the game as most people would when in the semi-final of the draft looking to get into that final. So 3 1-0 games in this episode, guys. I won 2 of them. I lost in the semi-final. But hopefully we can still get some pretty decent packs and maybe pull a good player. Let's find out. So guys, today we only made it to the semi-final. A really disappointing performance. This team didn't feel very good. 1-0 was the scoreline in all 3 games. I won the first game 1-0 with a really late penalty. I won the second game 1-0 with a Suarez header from a corner. I don't think the guy rage quit. The game actually just cancelled, but it was a tight game. I lost the third game 1-0. The lag in the game was crazy. One of the most frustrating things in FIFA this year is seeing a 3-bar connection but having lag in the game. As I stepped up to take my penalty for Suarez, the game lags. I missed the penalty by a mile, and at that point the guy literally was on part of the bus, passing around his defence, and he managed to just see out the game. Very frustrating, but I understand why people do it in the draft. They want to get the best packs. At times, I'd probably do the same thing myself, although, you know, I like to go attacking. But without further ado, we get into the semi-final. We're losing the semi-final, so I'm not expecting any good packs. Probably about 15-20K's worth of packs in total. So we get a jumbo premium gold pack and a gold players pack. Now the gold players pack's only going to have one rare, which is actually pretty shit. We're going to open that first because it's probably the worst pack, and then we also get a 15K pack. So not great, not bad. We get ourselves a goalkeeper Adrian out of this pack. If I've got a silver as the rare card, I'll be fucking fuming. Oh my god. One rare card and they give me a silver. One rare card and they give me a silver. Absolutely disgusting, really. We're going to discard all of those. We're still in good shape in the series, you know, over 300,000 coins in the bank. Just I don't know if you could tell by the way I'm talking. I'm so frustrated with that loss that I just took because I should have done better. Not anything negative towards my opponent. He did what he had to do to win. I should have done better. I didn't feel like this team played well enough. Didn't feel like it gelled well. Sometimes I make bad teams and they play really well. This time it was a pretty decent team. It just didn't play very well. Maybe it's the formation. I don't know. We get, in the next pack, we get Biabiany in the 15K pack. And he doesn't sell. Mitrovic doesn't sell. The manager doesn't sell. We'll send all the contract stuff. Fitness cards and such to the club. We'll sell those at a later date. We get a coach, a ball, a kit, and in general just an absolute pile of trash. So we definitely lost money on this occasion. However, we're still in great shape for the series. We've got over 300,000 coins in the bank, and that's what this is about. So this series will go at least a minimum of 20 more episodes, which is fantastic. But anyway, guys, this has been the end of the episode. If you did enjoy this, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.